me to the wolves, I came back with a fur. I left on the bus, I came back in the vert. The niggas was happy, my pockets was hurt. I talked to the Lord, said the last will be first. I'm practicing, I'm preaching, this life is a present. I'm selling these verses, I feel like a reverend. My life is a blessing, I don't fear no weapon. No wolf in sheepskin, but the Lord is my shepherd. Throw me to the wolves, I came back with a fur. I left on the bus, I came back in the vert. The niggas was happy, my pockets was hurt. I talked to the Lord, said the last will be first. I'm practicing, I'm preaching, this life is a present.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. You said you're from Dallas, and we're gonna jump right into it. Tell me more about your childhood and everything growing up.
Well, I was born here, like I said. Moved from here when I was 2. My parents in Dallas, Texas. Born and raised in church. Graduated from Mansfield, 2 kids. I'm thriving to be a owner of my own group homes where I take care of a lot of MHMR patients. And in the meantime, I shake ass from time to time.
Okay. No judgment here, baby. Okay, so what like really made you just say, you know what, forget the job, the 9 to 5, all the other stuff. I'm about to get on stage. I need to make me some money.
Well, at that time in my life, I made the decision to get on the stage. I started off as a waitress, and I think I was 19 at the time. I had my baby at 18, and my daughter was 2 months old. My relationship with my mother is not really all that great, so we had a really bad blowout, and I ended up in a shelter with my daughter for about 2 weeks. And at the time, I was facing 9 years in the pen. Really just out there looking for love in the wrong places. It's just how that happened. And
okay.
Just got caught up with the wrong dude. So at that time, even McDonald's wouldn't hire me. So I had to do something to get me and my child out of the homeless shelter.
Okay, so facing what's some of the charges you was faced with for 9 years?
I was facing credit card abuse, grand theft auto, and I believe it was one of them was had something to do with murder. It was something where they stole the car when they in the mix of stealing the car.
Somebody got
pregnant. They pushed her and she lost her baby.
Wow. So the whole time you facing with that, you have a newborn baby, you get into it with your mother. Your mother basically like, oh, you grown, you doing all this, so you need to get out of my house. Right. You and your baby in the shelter. So what's next after that?
Hustle, grind time. That's the only thing I had on my mind was survive. So that's what I did, survive.
How was your first time in the club, like dealing with all this stuff on your mind? And you looking like, man, okay, I gotta go over here and get this money.
Man, all I can say in my mind was, do what you gotta do. Just do it. And when I went in and I was a waitress, and I'm pretty, I thought at the time I was
You
pretty.
Still cute, girl.
But at the time I was like, these women are barely doing anything, and I'm busting my heels trying to run back and forth to the bar. So I begged to get on the stage, and the man just really, he didn't want me to get on the stage. He was like, you're inexperienced. You never danced before and you're a baby. And I was like, I've danced all my life. How hard could it be? They're making $100 time what I make in 5 minutes. So I begged and begged and begged for at least 3 weeks before they let me on the stage. And it was on from then on out.
Okay, so was you like, yo, I gotta sip me something, or you were just like, yo, I need this money?
Well, I was more, I need this money. I didn't start drinking or doing anything until I was 21. 21 was when I first started drinking. I've never really been a nervous person. So it was natural for me to dance. But when it comes to stripping, it's completely different. But I overlooked all of that for my kid. I had to make sure that she was okay, not only just myself.
Who was watching your kid at the time when you was dancing?
Well, rest her soul, I miss her so much. It's my daughter's father, grandmother. Okay. She was like an angel. Like when I didn't have anything, I was in the shelter, she gave me a car. It was called a Stanza. At the time, they still don't make them cars anymore. And when I tell you, I had a burnt hood and 2 fiberglass windows, but I still had AC and heat, and I made it work, girl.
I know that's right. So, okay, being so young, coming into that type of industry, what are some things that you face that kind of like put a fear on your heart? The
life itself is a big fear. From the drinking to the drugs to the threesomes to the foursomes to women that I'm not even into women running after me. You have to deal with women, not only women, but men at the most, running after you aggressively. You have to be able to be strong-minded enough, should I say, to handle these type of challenges. If not, you'll get sucked up. And the only thing that kept me strong in between that was my daughter. Because I knew at the end of the day, that was the big picture. If it wasn't for me, it was for her.
Was there any type of life and death situation that you faced at the time?
I've had multiple stalkers. And still to this day, I have a stalker. It's been stalking me for 7 years. They have my birthday, social, whatever I do with my life, they try to stop it. Emails, I've been dropped out of college, all kinds of things. That's really scary to me to know that someone will want to harm me in some type of way. Maybe not physically, but in a way to where I couldn't better myself at the time. To me, that's very scary that I don't know who this person is. And they're just willing to take the time out of their life to try to take life from me.
What type of threats have they been making on your life? Like, when did it start? I know you said 7 years ago.
It started a week after I had my son in 2010 of April. It started all on Facebook where they hacked into my page. They started talking to people that knew me, asking questions that were personal. Hacked into my email, and eventually they got my number, and it started from there. They called me all kinds of different names. I've been fired from 2 different jobs just from harassment, where they called and harassed my manager, saying that they would shoot up the building or things like that, to where the company didn't feel safe. They had to let me go. I've had my tires slashed several times. I've had plenty of threats that they were going to kill me in any type of way if they found me, and they told me wherever I went, they were going to find me.
So you don't have no clue who this person is?
I have absolutely no clue, but the scary part about it is they know everything personal about me.
Wow.
Everything, from my mother to my child to my wedding day, from high school, they know everything about me.
You ever thought about just deleting your entire identity, changing your name?
I've tried everything. I have a stack of papers, from police reports to I've moved four different places, and every time I move, they text me my address.
Oh my God, that's some scary stuff. Do you think it's like, I know you say you have no clue, but being that somebody have that much information on you, could it be a family member or? And
I've been told that several times, that it could have been someone. I truly feel like it was someone that was really, really close to me. And I just, to this day, cannot put my finger on this person.
That is a scary situation. Mm-hmm. So what is your most fear for your child? Being that you've been in this industry, and what would you tell your child? And you have a daughter and a son?
I have a 16-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old son.
Okay, so what's your with the female first? What is your most fear with her? Do she know about what you do? Yes,
I'm very open and honest with my kid. Mm-hmm. I mean, for the simple fact that the things that the trials and tribulations that I go through are not just. It's not just something that just happened. It's for a reason, and I'm going through these things so that I can teach my child better.
Right.
And my biggest fear for her is for her to do the same thing that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I would rather her do better than me or have more than me.
Right. And what about your son?
My son, that's a Taurus. That's a man in himself. I believe he was here before. Mm-hmm. But my biggest fear is for him to get sucked up in this type of lifestyle as well, as far as drug dealing or dealing with any woman that doesn't have her mind right. She can be a stripper, but what really matters is, what are you feeding to my son? What are you putting back into him? Are you helping him? Are you growing him? Or are you making him stand still?